Passiflora incarnata, that's the Latin name, otherwise known as purple passionflower or maypop, is a member of the Passifloraceae family. It is a climbing vine native to North and South America. Passionflower is one of the most powerful herbs used to treat mental health disorders. It is also one of the best researched, with multiple studies in animals and humans, as well as a long history of clinical use. So what has been concluded from studies done in passionflower? Well, for Apple et al. In 2011, the various effects of the passionflower are due to its modulation of the GABA system, its affinity for GABA A and B receptors, as well as the inhibition of GABA recapture. We have two types of GABA receptors. GABA type A receptor, which is a ligand-gated chloride channel, which mediates fast inhibitory signals through rapid postsynaptic membrane hyperpolarization, and the metabotropic GABA B receptor, which produces slow and prolonged inhibitory signals via G-coupled proteins and second messengers. Consider this a cascade of metabolic reactions, like a domino effect. One receptor is fast-acting, the other is long-acting. Keep that in mind. Benzodiazepines represented a major advance in psychopharmacology in the 1960s and have been some of the most widely prescribed drugs. They are sedating, and more importantly, produce physical dependence, such that significant withdrawal symptoms are observed on treatment cessation. In addition, benzodiazepines can be drugs of abuse. Now, you probably wouldn't be surprised if I share with you that benzodiazepines predominantly target fast-acting receptors. That's the gift and the curse of pharmacology. Quick effect, but with side effect. Note that the addiction potential binding site is at the GABA A receptor, which passionflower does influence. However, it is only a partial agonist of the benzodiazepine receptor. Therefore, is a well-indicated alternative to full agonists such as benzodiazepines, precisely because it avoids the problems of tolerance, dependence, and withdrawal. Actually, there's a research study demonstrating that passionflower is effective in the treatment of opiate withdrawal. All of this is to say, you truly get the best of both worlds in using passionflower. Now, there are several different species of passionflower. However, the studies agree that Passiflora incarnata, specifically dry extracts of the aerial parts, have the greatest clinical effects. Well, good news. That's exactly how Pasco manufactures this product. By grinding the aerial parts into a powder, it has numerous advantages: stability and ease of standardization for the active ingredients present in plants. Passionflower extract has similar anxiolytic effects to pharmaceutical medications, and we'll get into that. Here's a number of studies on the bottom left-hand side for you to take a look at. For example, in a study of 40 patients scheduled for dental extractions, the patients were given either midazolam or passionflower 30 minutes before the surgery. They were then asked to fill in a questionnaire, and their oxygen saturation values, heart rates, and blood pressures were measured during the surgery. Well, what's the result? There was no significant differences between the two protocols for any of the recorded results. Passionflower had an anxiolytic effect similar to that of midazolam. Why is that? Well, Passiflora incarnata contains alkaloids, harmyl and harmine, flavones, vitexin and shafticides, flavonoids, camphorol, quercetin, chrysin, apigenin, and luteolol, phenolic acid, coumarin, and phytosterols. It means that there's synergy at play here. That means 1 + 1 = 3, not 2. And that's the beauty of botany and herbal medicine, that the whole part of the plant is able to have multiple downstream target receptor site affinities. Take, for example, this research study. Chronic insomnia has been proven to cause changes in the brain that leads to memory loss due to the production of reactive oxygen species and inflammation. Now, if that persists, insomnia can lead to Alzheimer's disease. Wouldn't you believe it? Vitexin, the flavone in passionflower, is one of the active substances and plays a major role in improving sleep quality. This is a study done by Ngan et al. In 2011, a double-blind, placebo-controlled investigation of the effects of Passiflora incarnata herbal tea on subjective sleep quality. Here's a number of things that you can see on the left-hand side of how all these different ingredients inside passion flower act together to produce anxiolytic properties. Truly remarkable. Oh, and here, this one is my favorite. This is a double-blind, randomized controlled trial of passion flower versus oxazepam for generalized anxiety disorder. So in this study of 36 people with generalized anxiety, they were administered a treatment based on either oxazepam or passion flower. There was no difference in the result of the two treatments seen after 4 weeks. This means that the benzodiazepines and passion flower had equivalent efficacies, although the effect was slower for the passion flower treatment than with the benzodiazepines. Patients in the passion flower group were more satisfied, so reported less of an impact on their performance at work. No negative side effect of using high-dose passion flower with a comparable efficacy of pharmaceuticals. The list goes on. There's even a study with mice where they measured the anxiolytic activity of passion flower, and it was comparable to that of diazepam. Like I said, with pharmacology, you might get it real quick, fast acting, but if you use something like Pascoflair with active passion flower in it, you'll get the same result. You might just have to wait just a tiny little bit longer. But as a result, there's no adverse effects. And so my recommendation would be to really consider it in the case of any clients, patients, or even for ourselves in the use of restlessness, anxiety, and or insomnia.